and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Milwaukee. Getting ready for Xfinity action live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And we are going to bring you a nice long race here tonight, about 240 laps. My name is Chris. With me, as always, my good friend, Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how are you tonight?
Hey, buddy, I am doing fabulous. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you. Want to say hi to everybody out there in YouTube land. Looking good out there. Thank you very much for stopping by. Tonight it is going to be Milwaukee, as I mentioned. We've got a little stuff to do right before the race gets going here. A couple guys to talk to. And I guess, well, I think we should probably get into that here pretty quick. Let's take a look at, let's take a look at what I want to take a look at, which is this right here. 240 laps, stage racing. Stage number 1 going to end at the end of lap number 60. Stage 2 at the end of lap 120. All right, Rick, I think we do need to push this thing forward a little bit here. Why don't we see about getting, well, Mr. Terry Foster. Terry Foster. Chris and Rick up in the booth. How are you, buddy?
Doing great, man. How you guys?
Doing okay. Getting ready for some action, but we know we got to go down and chat with somebody here tonight.
If you can, let's find Dalton Tucker.
Dalton Tucker.
Dalton Tucker, you got me?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Hey, buddy. Congratulations last week on that first race win this year. Do you think you have any more for us this year?
I sure hope so. I don't want to make any promises, but hopefully I can put a couple more in there.
Well, like I said, it's going to be a real quick interview. So you've done a couple other races with us through the off season, plus last week's first race. I want your inside of Blazing Bills, bud.
Hold on, you broke up on me. What'd you say?
Oh, your insight of Blazing Pedals. What's your think of it?
So far it's a lot of good, clean drivers. There's definitely some fast guys in here. Every race I've been in it's been real clean. A lot of green flag runs, which is always good.
Well, that's what we kind of try to do here, man. Just get green flag runs constantly. Tonight might be a little different story. Let's hope not, but we'll see. Last week you had that first win that locks you in for our points chase. Talk to me a little bit about that. I didn't get to see it because my computer quit 3 times on me last week.
I gotcha. I'm not the best at super speedways. I tend to have just not very good luck, and at the end, I put myself in a position that gave me the opportunity, and then a couple wrecks happened late, and it opened the door, and I thought I made the move a little too late, and luckily got to the outside of him and barely squeaked it off.
I'll tell you what, man, you've done a hell of a job. Congratulations again on that win. I'll let you get back up and do some practicing, and I think I need to do some too, man. I am horrible at this tonight.
Yeah, it's a new track for me. I've never done a race here in the Xfinity cars, so it's
well,
gonna be
you're running
interesting.
second right now, bud.
Yeah, but that's by myself though.
Oh, okay. All right, bud. Well, hey, thanks for your time, and congratulations again for last week.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yep. There you go, Chris and Rick.
All right, Terry. Well, we're going to get you right back down. We want you to get as much practice time as possible. But
Thanks, bud.
good luck to you tonight, okay?
Thanks, guys.
And just so you know, Terry, right now you're 32nd on the speed charts.
Thanks, Rick.
You're welcome, buddy. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
We'll be talking to you later on, Terry. I'm sure of it.
I hope so. See you guys.
Take
luck,
care,
bud.
Terry. All right, so that's going to pretty much wrap up some pre-race stuff. Want to get a couple of other things out of the way here this morning. First, we'd like to thank Pay to Win. Pay to Win is the setup source here for Blazing Pedals all season long. If you're looking for a great setup to really launch yourself forward in those open setup leagues or races, check them out. Pay to Win. And we also got to thank somebody new this year, and it's a new sponsor, Rick. It's Butt Kicker. Let's go ahead and take a peek.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Butt Kicker. I've never had one. I wouldn't mind one.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same boat, Chris. I mean, I have tested on a friend's system. Not here, down in Florida. He did have them, and it definitely changes things up a little bit for you.
That's what I understand, yeah. Would like to try it out someday. We'll see.
I'll bring you down to Florida. It's all good. You want to go? What are you doing next week?
Let's go. Wish it were that easy. It's funny because it's definitely not a financial thing. You just can't get away. Busy, Rick.
Having the time to do your hobbies is, I mean, everybody thinks it's easy during COVID and stuff like that. You know, I mean, I have a couple of friends that told me, you know, hey, listen, you know, you're now basically semi-retired. You're taking care of your kids during the day. You got plenty of time to do stuff. And it's like, yeah, no, not really. Not with a toddler crawling around everywhere.
Well, let's go ahead and take a peek at, what did I do with it, Rick? No, there it is. Let's take a look at the point standings after last week's first race at Daytona. Owen Tucker, Jeffrey Fisher, Ian Habiak, Rick Thompson, and James Miller, your top 5 here in points. Of course, Dalton Tucker, he is locked into the chase already.
That's the way to do it, man. I mean, 37 races this season total. In the first official, season opening race at Daytona, comes in here. It's his inaugural race, the first time really racing with the Blazing Pedals guide besides the Clash, and maybe in other leagues or whatever. But first time under the BPL banner here with the TRJ Karting.com Xfinity Series. Comes out, pulls out a win, Chris. Now he doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's going to be a good race too. This is a 1 mile. So you go from a 2.5 mile super speedway to a 1 mile relatively flat track. That's a big change in a week, Rick.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, but that's the life of a racer, I mean, that's racing. For me, if I could find something that was super speedways only, I'd be happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Also got some live drivers going this week. We've got the 92 Blake Decker. We've got Brian Dees, who was not in last week's race, but here joining us this week. We've got Ian Haybick, who, well, Ian, he's not in his chair right now. We've got Jason Powell. Corey Sherman is not doing anything, but his wheel is. We've got Terry Foster out there.
That's a nice shirt. You guys can get one of them over at savageedge.com.
Yeah, I actually contacted Corey this week, or this past week. Placed a little order with him. Something for the shop.
You're going to like it, I can tell you.
Oh, you're going to want one.
Well, I hope you ordered me one too then.
I ordered about 400 of them.
Yeah, save me one.
It was a pretty good size order, and I want to thank him very much for stepping up to it.
Now, the big question here is, Chris, as I'm looking through, so that's pretty much all of our live driver cams. It's good to see Gap Finder D's back there. We missed him last week. But my question is, I mean, Ian's not there right now. I do see he has the hammer hat there, but last week at Daytona, as a joke, Tim, his dad, the owner of TRJ Karting, made him put a helmet on, and we actually saw the kid's focus change a little bit, and he came in third on that race, and that's pretty good. I mean, obviously last season at Daytona, in the ARCA cars / K&N cars, just because it was the K&N series for those guys, he actually won Daytona right before the chase started, so he locked himself in. But with a third place finish with the helmet on, we'll see if it's on there tonight.
Yeah, we will. I did not see the helmet on earlier during practice. We've got, let's see, Corey is fixing Amanda's webcam, and it looks like Dalton Kilrow also joined the live drivers list. So everything's starting to wind up here, getting ready to go live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're going to step away for a little word from the series sponsor, TRJKarting.com. And we are back live, ready and willing to bring you all the action here tonight. Right now, just a little pit party before this race gets started. I just saw something. Rick Rick kind of told me about it. Let's bring it up. Corey Sherman has a special t-shirt on here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want one, go on over to Savage Edge. Basically what it says is, I'm so fast, and the picture underneath is that of his teammate Aaron Bockover. It's pretty good stuff.
I saw that, Chris, and I started. Thank God I have a mute button, because I started just busting out laughing.
It's good. You know, I love the way these guys pick on each other. It is pretty funny. And I'm looking for Corey. Where the heck is he?
He's not on track yet, so we'll have to do it after. I want to see it too. I haven't seen it yet, so.
All right.
So we got about 4 minutes and 13 seconds left of practice here. Then we're going to roll into single car qualifying here at the Milwaukee Mile.
Some good speed here on display already just during practice session. Dakota Todd, Dalton Tucker have been bouncing back and forth for the top spot. Matt Gruenberg, rookie driver for Blazing Pedals this season, sits in third. Jamie Walker in fourth. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin rounds out the top 5 on the speed charts here before we get underway. We'll see how that speed transfers over in qualifying and, of course, more importantly, in the race. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We're about to go on over into qualifying. And I think we've gotten all the advertisements, all the other stuff out of the way, Rick. I think we're good to go.
There's one thing we haven't mentioned. If you look at a lot of these paint schemes, and of course it's hard now because not a lot of drivers go out there during practice, Chris, but a lot of these paint schemes out here are done by Michael Falk of MF Racing Design. You can find him over out on Facebook. He does an outstanding job. Now, I'm proud to say that Terry DeMann Foster's number 86 was painted by me, but I actually gave Terry the option to let Michael do it, and he says, no, but you're my paint guy. So, but Michael Falk has done some amazing paints here for the Blazing Pedals guys. And one thing we haven't done, Chris, we have to do the pre-race invocation. I'm going to bring up Jason Powell, the driver of the number 18. Jason, you got Rick and Chris up in the booth. Get a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, bud, you want to? We got about 2 minutes. You want to do the invocation?
Yeah, that sounds good, man. I'll do it.
All right. Ready whenever you are, because I want to be able to make sure you have enough time there for qualifying.
Yeah, I'll do it anytime you want to.
All right, let's do it now, my friend.
10-4.
Or whenever you're ready, because we're live right now. You're on the air.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
That's okay.
Dear Lord, we come to you tonight with a thankful heart, and we ask you, Lord, to watch over us tonight, be with all the families that's represented tonight. Help us, Lord, to keep a cool head on this short track. Help us, Lord, to shine a light for you, and help us to be a good example as a Christian out there on the track and keep our emotions in check. And we ask you, Lord, to watch over us, and a special blessings on our broadcasters and our fans out there tonight. And we love you and we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen, brother. Hey, how you feeling out there tonight?
I feel good. I think I got a decent race pace. Now, I can't go out there and put them blistering laps down like them other guys, but I think I got a good race pace.
All right, well, you're looking pretty good right now. You're in 7th in the speed chart, so we wish you luck, my friend.
Thank you, guys, man.
Luck, brother.
Jason Powell, driver of the number 18, may not qualify well, but it's going to race well here tonight in that 18, and we look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, we do, and that's something that's cool. I mean, we're going to get better as the season goes on. Chris and I got some stuff that we have to figure out, but But we do love having Jason up here, and it's cool because what he does is actually on Sundays he actually hosts a Bible study in the Blazing Pedals iRacing League Discord, which is pretty cool, and that's something that's added to this season here, the pre-race invocation, trying to bring a little bit more realism, and I think it's fun, man. I get a good feeling when he says that.
Time is a winding down, Rick, as the checkered flag is flying over practice. And here we go, getting ready for qualifying.
What's going to be interesting, Chris, is we saw a lot of drivers out there that were working together or with other cars, maybe not exactly members of their teams, but I think we're going to see some different speeds here out of qualifying since it is a single car.
Oh, I think you're right. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening out there that maybe we didn't see. Trying to settle in on a driver here. It looks like we're going to settle in on the 11. That's Jake Elrod. See what kind of times Jake Elrod is able to put down. I am going to miss that open qualifying just a little bit. Not going to lie. It was a lot of fun to watch all those guys get out there and get it done.
It was. That was, it was something that you don't normally see on broadcast. I mean, this is good too. I mean, this is something that a lot of the drivers are used to. I don't think there's really too many disadvantages with the open qualifying. I mean, maybe on a super speedway if the teams work together, but we didn't see that a lot. So, but not too bad there so far. Dalton Kilrow in the 41 is sitting in that top position with a 30.50. 84 of Matt Hackett. Oh, no. The 19 of Marquise Smith with a 30.53. Marquise needs to have a good race here. He's going to. Matt Hackathorn in the 84 right now sitting in third. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in fourth. Jason Powell in fifth. Aaron Bockover. He is fast out there tonight in that 44 TNA Motorsports Budweiser with a 30.48. And then the Butcher says no.
Casey Campbell out there in the 73. Looks like he's going to woe it up. The 5 of Corey Rutherford. We saw him get a little squirrely coming out of turn 2. Gathers it back up just in time for turns 3 and 4. And Corey Sherman out there. Looks like Sherman a little on the slow side tonight, Rick. A 31.344. But, you can't judge by that, can you?
No, sir, you cannot.
How about the kid? He's out there, the 16, the Hurricane. Ian Habia out of TRJ Karting.com this year has moved on to a Ford. A good race out of him last week.
A fabulous race. I mean, smart moves there at the end. You listened in a little bit on the channel. It seemed, he's got his dad in his ear, so that's always great. And he's wearing the same T-shirt that I did. I know he didn't steal it. I got kind of nervous there for a minute. No helmet on the kid yet.
Jamie Walker takes over the top spot in his Dew Cruise number 88. A 30.26.
Good enough for the pole again.
Brad Collins in his number 22 moves up one spot to 14th. How about the 61, Randy McAvoy? Scored 28th quickest here so far. And he does move up a couple spots into 26, a 31-186. And here comes Dolan Tucker onto the track.
Last week's Daytona champion.
Can't take that away, right? Once you win it, it's in the book.
Hey, he's already better than Kyle Busch, you know. On the season opening Daytona race, it's all good.
Dolan Tucker, clock is hot now. Down the back stretch he goes, and look at that thing push right out to the wall. Perfect line.
At 150 miles per hour there.
Ooh, Dakota Todd takes the top spot away from Walker. Let's see what the 51 does here. He takes second spot away from Walker.
And we've seen Dakota Todd's name, up towards the front a lot last season, Chris. There before he started real world racing.
That's true. Yeah, he can get around this simulator. And looks like Dolan Tucker going to be stuck in that second spot. A 31.49 out of him. Dakota Todd, a 30.08.
Now let's see what Terry Demand Foster can do in the 86. Hayden Wheeler's also out there in the 4. Hayden Wheeler just posted a 31.06, good enough for 28th position. See what Mr. Foster can do here. Foster moves up to 29th position.
Good first lap out of Terry. Let's see if he can get a little bit more speed here.
He doesn't want to scratch that paint job, I'm telling you. And we got confirmation in chat. Ian, good to see you, buddy. He's going to put the helmet on for the race. We knew he would. Looks like you're going to be starting in 22nd. That's not too bad. I know you like to start, towards the mid pack.
Oh, Terry Foster jumps up to the 25th quickest. So a good second lap out of Terry, a 30.83. And it looks like we just have Matt Gruenberg, the only driver out there that has not qualified. He's going to start his lap up. And let's see what Matt's able to take and do with that number 54.
Of course, race control, Sam Baumgarten up there in the tower with Mark Arthur. He's just giving the drivers a little pointers on what's going on here tonight. So we are getting ready. And now, of course, there is a rule that everybody must qualify. So Matt Gruenberg is out there doing his thing, and they got to actually try. Maybe not try their hardest, but we'll see what Gruenberg can do as he crosses the start-finish line there. Got one lap left to go.
No time. He must have had a little incident.
Definitely trucking 151 in the corner, Chris. Entrance of the corner. And right back on it here, coming out of 4. Ooh, got a little lost it there a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was really trying, Rick. All right, qualifying is in the books. We got about 55 seconds to go before we're going to get on to the grid. It's going to be a good one here at the Milwaukee Mile. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Blazing Pedals 1 mile track, Milwaukee Mile 240 laps is the scheduled distance here tonight. And of course, we know last week we had a scheduled distance, Rick, and well, it didn't quite, it didn't live up to it for very long.
Oh no, we did a couple extra laps last week at Daytona, but that's all good. Little green white checkered never hurt anybody.
Indeed. We got some drivers that are doing some last minute preparations, and I think
Yeah, we got to talk to Dalton about moving his camera angle there when he gets out of his seat. You know, gives us a show. I gotta say it because it's Dalton. It'll kill Roe.
Oh lordy. I think we can go ahead and say that it is time to grid them up. And sitting on the pole here tonight with a 30.083 out of Powell Racing, it is Dakota Todd. And to his outside, it's the 51 of Dalton Tucker. Inside row number 2, it's going to be the 88 of Jamie Walker. And to his outside, Team AV's own 09 out of Canada, it's James Miller. Starting 5th spot out of the Speed Mafia camp, the 33 of John Perkins. Matt Hackathorn out of Ram Racing is going to start his 84 in 6th place. In 7th, out of Lost Cause Racing, it's the 92. It's Blake Decker. And how about this? The 44 out of TNA Motorsports, Aaron Bockover, going to be starting inside the top 10. He's starting in 8th. Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, going to be starting in 9th spot here tonight. And Jordan McAvoy in his 66 out of Team AV, going to be starting in 10th. Starting in 11th position tonight, it's going to be the 98. Also out of Team AV, it's Jeffrey Fisher. Tanner Marr going to be starting to his outside out of Five Kings Motorsports. Oh, Rick, I hate it when this happens.
That's okay. In 13th position is going to be Lost Cause Motorsports driver number 41, Dalton Kilroe. Next to him in 14th position is the MFRD number 6 of Derek Paulson. Marquis Smith qualified his 19 MFRD Racing in 15th position with Jason Powell out of Outcast Auto Sports. The 18 is going to be starting in 16th. 17th is going to belong to the 22 Speed Mafia driver Brad Collins. 18th Work in Progress Racing number 5, Corey Rutherford. In 19th position is Corey the Shermanator Sherman in the TNA Motorsports number 3. And in 20th, it's going to be the Run It Fast Motorsports number 4 of Hayden Wheeler. In 21st, it is going to be Big Bad Brian Dees out of S&M Motorsports number 17. And next to him in 22nd position, it is going to be the 16 TRJ Karting.com of Ian Habiuk. Mike Hamilton qualified his Limitless Motorsports number 28 and 23rd position. On his outside, it's going to be the Work in Progress number 55 of Joshua Rutherford. Terry DeMan Foster, another TNA Motorsports driver. The 86 going to be starting in 25th. In 26th position, the number 9 of Outcast Autosports of Nick Okie. Jacob Hoppy, there we go, of MT2 Esports, and we're under green.
Yes, we are.
I gotta get faster with that.
We're gonna have to go a little quicker, but that's okay. We'll call them out as the night goes on. First green flag lap of the race is going on right now. Dakota Todd able to hold on to that top spot. Jamie Walker uses the inside to launch himself into second ahead of James Miller. Dalton Tucker falls a couple quick ones back to 4th spot. The 84 Matt Hackathorn rounds out the top 5. Yeah, everybody's starting to look like they're going to go single file all the way back to about the 10th spot, where, yeah, the Butcher to the inside of Aaron Bach over in the 44. So the Butcher going to make Bach overpay, and that is going to start a little bit of a freight train, because the 98, Jeffrey Fisher, they're looking on the inside as well. So Jeffrey Fisher up a couple spots, or one spot anyway. Aaron Bockover has fallen 3 quick ones. He's trying to get back in line, but Derek Paulson going to try and hold him back. Paulson does. He gets underneath the 44, and unfortunately for Bockover, the slide continues.
I got to say, though, Bockover had a really good start position. I mean, he has fallen three spots already here on lap number 3, but you know what? He can claim that I'm so fast.
Behind them, it is Tanner Marr in the 21. As Bockover now looks like he has finally been able to get in line. Meanwhile, behind them, it's the 19. Mikey Smith putting a good move on the 41 of Don Kilroy. He works the inside, gets around him through turns 3 and 4. So Marquis Smith going to begin his comeback tour after not having the race that he wanted last week, Rick.
You know, I mean, super speedways, it's kind of a crapshoot, Chris. I mean, it's really anybody's race. I mean, technically all races are, but super speedways, I mean, anything can happen. And when they happen, it usually happens big, and Marquise just got caught up on some stuff, but he's under a new paint scheme here this week, and I like it. That black, red, white, silver, looking good. MF Racing Designs there on the quarter and on the hood. Starting to catch up to the back bumper there, the 21. Of course, that is Tanner Marr. We just talked about him and his Ford Mustang. Of course, new series sponsor there, butt kicker on the quarter panel there, the 21.
We're on board with Corey Sherman in the 3 car. Corey has fallen a couple of positions and running in the 20th position. You see Ian Habiat goes around him on the inside. As we are under caution, Rick.
We are under caution. I'm trying to find it. I see Corey Rutherford might have gone off on track there.
Yeah, I see that too. Let's go back to that spot anyways.
Not really seeing anything. Oh, yep, there it is. Give it a minute. Coming out of 2, it looked like.
Oh, yeah, Corey, yeah. A nice, easy incident, though. Ooh, careful about that, though, Corey. Don't back out into the track like that. All right, caution number 1. Here we are, lap 7 of 240. We got a long way to go. Our race leader, Jamie Walker, Dakota Todd, James Miller, your top 3. Mark Mann not in this race, not in this league.
And we do have multiple races going on here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. Sunday night's one of our busiest nights of the week, so your driver might be in one of those.
Well, a new week, a new helmet for Ian Habiat. That is that's not the same helmet he had last week, Rick.
Nope, it's not. I'm digging the colors, though. The Autism Speak looks good. Got the tinted visor on this week, so when Dad really gets in this case, he'll just flip that down.
How about Brian Dees? He's got the Focus. Picture of his brother who passed away last season. Sitting right next to him. Blake Decker, he's got the VR on, and
he's missing his drinking cup again. I told him about this. He will learn eventually.
About Amanda Sherman, first female driver here in Blazing Pedals. Her husband Corey Sherman. Yeah, about last season's champion, Dalton Kilroy.
That's a nice shirt he's got on.
That is a nice shirt he's got on. Good product placement. These guys are learning. Jamie Walker, your race leader, he decides he's going to restart this one on the outside lane. Pace car is going to come down pit road, and we're going to go back under green.
Amy Walker really good there with the restart, keeps Dakota Todd behind him. Todd was stuck kind of there, down there on the outside. Dalton Tucker now on the outside in that 51. He's in a little bit of trouble there. The 09 of Miller.
So the first start of this race, these guys almost immediately went single file, and they are starting to again, but maybe taking a little bit more of a chance right now. This is 66. Jordan McAvoy looking to the inside of John Perkins. Couldn't do it. Perkins closes the door. The 10. That's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin on the outside. Blake Decker looking inside, trying to get it by. He's got a good shot at it here, heading into turns 3 and 4. The 92 gets by.
The Butcher kind of stuck up there on that high lane, Chris. Now, I mean, obviously you can do that, but he's got his teammate Derek Paulson right there. But he doesn't keep the door open for long enough for the Butcher to come down. Now here comes the 19 of Marquis Smith on the
Oh, we got one wiggling. It's the TRJ Karting.com Ford. Ian Habia had a little bit of an issue coming off the corner, able to hold on to it and gets back on the throttle. He does lose a spot or two, but now he's got...
Wheeler just got a little loose too. Coming off of 4, very slick there, Chris.
Derek Paulson looking to the inside, trying to make a spot up. And he did. He was able to get around Blake Decker. Now here comes Marquis Smith. Smith trying to get around Decker, and he does. Decker working backwards. The 17, the Brian Dees machine. He is working his way forward. Ricky's up 6 spots. And behind him, it's Matt Gruenberg. How about this? Up 20 spots already. Gruenberg looking to the inside. Matt Gruenberg trying to take away a spot from Brian Dees. Gruenberg now in the top 15.
Yeah, Gruenberg's moved up 21 positions since the drop of the green flag, Chris. Now I am getting a little bit of word here from race control Mark Arthur. The set is pretty loose, but it doesn't change much of the speed over 80 laps, 2 fuel runs, so.
You can only complain about the set a little bit if everybody's using the same set.
Exactly. That's, I mean, we know how, I mean, you and I, we've done enough official racing, Chris, that we know that the iRacing fixed setups, while they're okay, I mean, you know, it's got to have a, got to be something that a wide range of drivers could use, from, you know, the new guy, the novice people, to the advanced people. And it really comes down to how you handle your car and do that kind of stuff. So kind of the same thing here, you know. I mean, some people like their cars loose, so this setup might work out for them. I mean, the iRacing official setups are usually pretty tight.
Very tight. Like, oh my gosh, way too tight. And since we're talking about setups, I got it down in the bottom right-hand corner. If you're looking for a setup, make sure to check out Pay to Win. The 4
gets around the 92.
Oh boy, Hayden Wheeler, he is slow right now. He got very loose coming off from turn 4, dove it down to the inside to get out of the way, and lost a couple of spots right there. Your race leader right now, Jamie Walker, he's having no problem with this setup at all, Rick, as he has opened up a 2-second gap now over Dakota Todd. Todd sitting in the 2nd spot with James Miller and Dalton Tucker right on the back bumper. And go ahead and throw Matt Hackathorn in there as well. Top 5 drivers, 3 new names this season.
That's just in the top 5. I mean, looking through, I mean, it is, like I keep saying it week after week, but it's so great to see how Blazing Pedals as a league has grown, Chris. I mean, here's our, what, fourth season broadcasting these drivers, and new names. I love seeing that, and it's good to see a lot of the old names back too. I mean, that, you know, it's just a testament to the league. They have a good core group, but they keep adding more.
Absolutely.
And that's honestly hard to do on iRacing because there are so many leagues. You and I know this.
James Miller looking underneath the 63. And Miller going to take second spot away. Dakota Todd now in trouble as the 51 plugs that gap hole. And here comes Dalton Tucker. Going to try and take away a spot from Todd as well. Matt Hackathorn running that bottom line. He's going to do the same thing. Todd stuck to the outside. Can't get there. Now does. So able to stop the bleeding, Rick. Dakota Todd down to fourth spot.
Now the 84 of Hackathorn, though, right on his back bumper, Chris. So we know. I mean, Dakota Todd's a good driver. He knows what he's going to do out there. And it's a long race, though. I mean, we're only on lap 21 of 240 right now.
And John Perkins right there. Outside of the top 5, but well, you can see it all. How about Jordan McAvoy? McAvoy up 3 spots, run in 7th spot. Derek Paulson behind him up 6. Jeffrey Fisher in 9th spot. He started in 11th, so he's up 2. Marquis Smith up 5 to get into the top 10. Behind him, it is Matt Gruenberg, who is the biggest mover of the race so far at a plus 25. Let's take a look at Amanda Sherman, her first time racing with these guys on this 1 mile track. And right now she's sitting, well, not where she wants to be. Dave Bennett, driver of the 13. Just ahead of her in the 35th position. Casey Campbell back there. Jake Elrod back there. Nick Okie, boy, we didn't get a chance to call his name hardly at all last week, Rick, and his woes kind of continuing on. He is sitting in 32nd spot here on lap number 24.
Keep my eye on Gruenberg. I mean, up 25 positions, Chris. He's kind of stuck there behind the 19 of Marquis Smith right now, but I'm not sure for how long. Marquis Smith running a little different line. Now Gruenberg moves up as the cross start finish line here, heading into number 1.
Last time we checked in with a race leader, he had a bit of over a 2-second lead. Now, Rick, it's 3.7 seconds. Jamie Walker doing what he can. He does best, man. He just leads. And when he gets out front and he's got clean air, oh boy.
And now at lap 26, Chris, we have a couple of drivers heading down pit road here.
Caution on the track. Caution on the track. It looks like it might be Rick Thompson.
There's a few drivers that went down pit road, probably wishing they did.
Let's go back and take a look in on the 76 of Rick Thompson. All by himself, just ahead of Aaron Bockover. Oh, and boy, that's odd, Rick. I don't know. Maybe he was going to try and get on the pit road, or maybe he got the call to go pit road too late. Looks like he got on the brakes and just spun it out.
Well, right before that happened, Chris, I don't know if it shows on your screen, but I get a blank out of the 76 of Thompson. Comes back, he's exiting the corner. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think he's just like, ooh, I think I won the pit, and boom.
Well, it's an easy enough shot on the wall. It's not going to hurt that car too much. And it's going to allow for everybody to come down pit road.
Which, I mean, a lot of drivers, like I said, were already starting to think about that, Chris, and the decision was made there for him. Of course, the 76 going to get the EOL for bringing out that caution there, even though it was a south spin. Now we're under caution, what, number 2 of the race. Now, if we do get to 5, I have heard from race control that they will be doing single file restarts. So the guys definitely don't want that. I mean, they get single file pretty quick. Got to pass.
And it looks like it's going to shake out to Brian Dees as the race leader.
Marvel Studios, number 17. I also heard from race control, Chris, Matt Grunberg, even though he is the biggest mover, will not be eligible for the biggest mover points because he didn't put down an actual qualifying lap.
Yeah, I figured that would happen. It's okay. These guys are going to learn. They can't game the system here at Blazing Pedals. These guys are right on it as far as admitting.
Right now, Brian Dees in first. Doesn't look like he's going to come down pit road. You got Jamie Walker right behind him in second. Dalton Tucker in the 51 third. James Miller fourth. Dakota Todd rounding out that top 5. Now, a couple of those drivers did go. Actually, one. James Miller came down pit road, so he didn't lose much time out there on track. Another one that came in is Marquis Smith, who is showing in 13th position. Lights are now off on the pace car, so we're going to be getting ready to go green once again here tonight from Milwaukee. We haven't talked much about the weather yet here, Chris. Milwaukee's looking pretty good, though. I mean, we are under overcast skies right now, but it is 80 degrees. That track temperature sitting at a nice 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Without that sun beating down on there, it's going to help the track here a little bit, and that's where this setup might tighten up a little bit here with the sun being gone. Track cools off a little bit.
Yeah, pace car Rick is about to take that corner. Send these guys back under the green flag. Brian Dees with Jamie Walker to the outside. Dees with a great restart, and that is going to help the 51. Colin Tucker try and get in front of Jamie Walker. We'll see if he can do it. Brian Dees, the great restart out of that 17. Oh, we got one going around.
Oh, it's Dakota Todd.
Oh boy, and that is going to cause a bit of an issue back there. As a few other drivers got involved with that one. All right, let's go back and take a look.
I hit hard. 21, 44 got a little bump.
'63 a little hard on the brakes. The rear end comes around. 33 gets right into him. The 21 goes sideways, touches into Aaron Bockover. All in all, that could have been a lot worse. I think happening halfway through a corner probably was the best situation.
Yep.
Panama, one of those drivers that was involved in this one. He sees it. He's checking up. Oh, Bockover gets into him a little bit. And then turned.
Little chain reaction.
Yeah.
There.
Question number 3.
So the 63 Dakota Todd is going to get the EOL there. Yeah, Hoppy did a good job there to avoid that. That's for sure. It's just a chain reaction, Chris. I mean, you know, when these guys are driving, it's a small track here. I mean, it is kind of wide here in Milwaukee. There is some room, but it's still only a mile long track. If you get into that little bit of tunnel vision where you're just, you know, you're in your groove, you're in the zone, but then all of a sudden you just kind of, you know, your mind goes blank, and next thing you know, the car in front of you is checking up a little bit. That causes some issues. I see Ian's got his visor back up. He had it down there for a little bit.
Oh, it's caution, Rick. You got to put it up so you can cool down.
Okay. Got to talk to Dad about getting an AC system in the room for him. Piped right into his helmet.
Speaking of Dad, I think on this next restart we're gonna hop down in there.
All right, the TRJ Karting.com live spotting channel.
And pace car lights are off, so let's make the move.
Base cars in green, 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 green. Inside. Get one inside. Side. Come inside. Side. Side. One inside. Side. Side. One inside. Clear low, clear low, clear low if you want it. Drop. They're all around. They're all around. But caution.
All right, well, caution on the track. So we're gonna have to find out what happened there, but that was a live look in on just what it's like to have a live spotter who doesn't sound like he's feeling all that well, right?
Oh no, poor Tim. He needs to get that product placement back out that he had last week and take a couple of swigs to help. But you know, down there in North Carolina, it's a little warmer than it is here in Vermont. Now, we are going to have some beautiful weather coming up this week, but probably not as nice as what Tim's dealing with.
Well, we just saw what happened to cause the caution. 3 cars involved. And we're going to go back again. Rick Thompson involved with that one. Brian D has got a really good job to avoid it. All right.
So David Seats in the 14 is the reason why that caution came out. So the 14 going to be getting the EOL.
And we're still 20 laps, Rick, from our first scheduled caution flag of the evening. This is caution number 4. So these guys having a bit of a hard time keeping it going here tonight. Short track racing, bud.
Track racing. I mean, this is one of the few short tracks that I actually do like. Because it doesn't feel all that short when you're on track because it is so big and wide.
When we were in car with Ian Habiak, and I want to thank him for having us on board, by the way, but it was amazing how long he was off throttle.
Yeah.
And that's one of the problems with being back in the pack like that, is you can't get to the throttle quick enough. So it takes a long time to kind of catch back up. We're back under the green flag. Jamie Walker holding on to that race lead. The 09 James Miller in second spot, trying to hold on, but he's got Dalton Tucker to the inside. Tucker giving a good push from Matt Gruenberg. Gruenberg now trying to get there. Matt.
By side racing here by the 51 and the 09. Whoa, whoa. Hang on to it, Miller.
Yeah, James Miller gets very loose, able to hold on. Does lose a spot to Gruenberg, but able to save his car. Able to fight back another moment on this track, and we are still going under green. These guys have gone just about nose to tail throughout the field here. With the exception of Ian Habiak, he's working the inside of the 22, Brad Collins. 22 going to go down a spot. Ian Habiak makes it a +7 on the night here so far, inside of the top 15. Corey Rutherford now going to try and put the 22 down another spot. Meanwhile, just ahead of him, Ian Habiak was looking maybe to the inside of Powell, couldn't quite get there. The 18 did a good job, held on very well. Corey Rutherford takes it down low once again on the 22. Brad Collins under attack.
And I'm still here, just saying. I'm just doing some back end here stuff.
It's fine, bud.
Still trying to line.
Lap 46 of 240. About 14 laps to go before we have a scheduled caution to put stage 1 under the checkered flag. Our race leader, Jamie Walker. Dalton Tucker in second. Matt Gruenberg in third. Check in with Nick Okie. Last week did not have the week he wanted at all.
At all. If I remember correctly, he was the first driver that was actually out of the race.
73 of Casey Campbell going backwards a little bit. Ryan Dees went around him. Now Nick Okie. And the 21 of Tanner Marr. Corey Sherman had fallen back into the field a little bit, has made his way back up to where he started in 19th spot in his number 3. Jacob Hoppy, who somehow avoided one of those cautions out there, running in the 13th spot, right behind the 41, last season's champion, Dalton Kilroe.
I mean, I know it's only the second race of the season, Chris, but, you know, Dalton hasn't done exactly what he's done last season now. You know, I mean, obviously a lot of new drivers out there on track. They are under a different chassis with the new Xfinity cars instead of the K&N ARCA cars. So it is a little bit of change, but I expect to see some good things there out of Kilroe. He'll get there.
Derek Paulson, a guy that can really compete in just about any track situation right now, has worked his way into the 5th position. He's doing it slowly and methodically.
And I love the fact that he kept that number 6, that paint scheme there, Chris. I love that thing.
Yeah, MF Racing Designs. Michael Falk. That's great work, man. And you can see it up and down this whole field of cars, as he has got his name on a bunch of them.
A bunch.
So it's Walker, Tucker, and Gruenberg. Your top 3. And Jamie Walker is starting to pull away again. It's that open air. Once he has it, boy, he is tough. '76, Rick Thompson out there. He is being scored down some laps. But Rick is a competitor. He will not stop.
He will not stop. Not until the engine blows, and then he'll sit there in the pits and wait for it to get repaired and go back out again.
Stage number 1 coming to a close here very shortly. We'll let these guys hit pit road and then we'll rack them up again.
And of course, this you saying that, Chris, race control came over and let these guys know 2 laps to go before pit closes, so very, very close to the end of stage number 1.
How about the 44 of Aaron Bach over at one point? He was down near the bottom of the field after starting in 8th spot. He has worked his way back up into 10th position, just 2 spots away from where he started. The 44 tonight, well, he's fast.
He is. And actually, I think the Shermanator is going to have to put that on the SavageEdge.com store page. I think that's going to be a big seller. Because Bachover obviously not lying. I mean, he's down 2 positions right now, but he's inside the top 10 still. And just looking through really quick, he is the fastest TNA driver out there right now.
And Terry Foster off track and has been for several laps. Not sure exactly what happened with him.
Oh, I can actually tell you, I just looked on my Facebook, of course, me and Terry friends, and he actually sent a message to us. His PC shut down again. He says he's not going to mess with it tonight, so it looks like he is done here at the Milwaukee Mile.
Oh, boy. That's got to get fixed. One more lap here, Rick.
One more, yep.
Oh, there it is, actually.
There it is.
Jamie Walker going to be the Stage 1 winner. Congratulations going out to the 88 team. Stage 1 winner. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our cue. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back right after this. All right, we're back here at Milwaukee getting ready to go for stage number 2, which will end or is scheduled to end at the end of lap number 120. This is caution number 5, 4 of them for caution, 1 for the stage break. Rick, we know if they have one more caution on track, that is going to change this race around a little bit.
It is. As I said earlier in the broadcast, if they get to that point, Chris, the restarts are going to go from double file to single file. And, it's hard enough to pass here at Milwaukee. And if that happens, it's going to make it a little harder on the restarts to do whatever you need to do. I mean, obviously, there is no passing until you get across the start-finish line anyway on a restart. But it's going to make things a little different.
Well, the pace car is leading them down the back straightaway, and in just a very short amount of time, we're going to be back under the green flag. The lights are off on the Ford Mustang. Dalton Tucker going to be your race leader at the drop of the green. To his outside, it's going to be Matt Gruenberg. Inside row number 2, Derek Paulson. Outside of that is Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. And then you have got Blake Decker and Jamie Walker making up row number 3, the 18 of Jason Powell, and Hoppy to his outside and make up the first 4 rows. We're back under the green flag here live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's Milwaukee. A good start here for Dalton Tucker in this stage number 2. And already you can see Jamie Walker trying to force the issue, trying to get back up towards the front. He's got Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in front of him. 2 Dew Crews in a row. I want to go ahead and thank everybody, Rick, real quick before we get going any further. Everybody out there in YouTube land joining us live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Make sure you do it just about every single night. We've got something going on, and well, Sunday's no exception. One of our busiest days of the week is Sunday, so we appreciate you spending time with us right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Ooh.
Caution on the track.
Might have been Hawthorne.
All right. That would make it 5. Let's go back and take a look. It's the 84 to the inside there, the purple and pink and multicolored vehicle of Hawthorne. Comes off the wall to the inside. Oh, man. Oh, and then there is no avoiding that.
It looked like you wanted the toe there, Chris. And I mean, obviously, for anybody who hasn't done any kind of racing and only watches races or broadcasts on YouTube or wherever you watch them, when your car is still in motion on the track, you can't actually tow. You have to be stopped still for the tow button to work. And it looks like that's exactly what might have happened.
Yeah, I think you're right. He tried to do the right thing and just didn't have enough brake or something, so he couldn't stop it. He couldn't get into the pits. Matt Hawthorne was the one that brought that one out. Dave Seats, Hayden Wheeler, Dave Bennett, and it looked like even possibly Amanda Sherman maybe got a little touch out of that whole deal, as we are under caution. So that's 5 plus 1. To make them 6 cautions, we're going to be restarting single file. And I know we've talked about it a couple of times, but really what that really does is everybody is going to be in the same lane. It's going to be very hard to pass at least at first. Now, probably by the time you get to turns 3 and 4, somebody will be pushing to the inside trying to get around somebody, but at least at first it's going to settle these guys down. It's a little bit of a hand slap, if you will, to say, hey, you guys need to straighten this out. This isn't how we run here at Blazing Pedals.
So it sounds like one more caution, Chris. I just heard Sam come across race control and told them one more time, and it is going to be a single file.
Okay, so they're going to add one. That's okay. It's a tough track, being as flat as it is, being as tight as it is. You know, it's only a 1 mile track, but eventually these guys are going to get it. I'm getting caught up, Rick. Yeah, it looks like overheating issues are possible from Terry Foster's machine.
Just unfortunate second race of the season. He had that issue last week at Daytona. He did come back in. Of course, he was a few laps down there.
All right, well, good news. The Ford Mustang decides everybody's lined up well enough. We're going to shut the lights off, get it going once again. Next time by. Right now, it's going down the back stretch, and yes, indeed, the pace car lights are off. Dalton Tucker going to be your race leader. To the outside, Derek Paulson, Jamie Walker up to third. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin going to be starting in fourth. Marquis Smith has broken into the top five. Rick running in the inside, row number 3, and to his outside, the 92 of Blake Decker as we get set to go under the green flag once again from Milwaukee. Hard left-hand turn out of that Ford Mustang. Green flag is out. The 51 hammer down.
Wasted no time for that. He knows Jamie Walker's right behind him, Chris. He's got to go.
Oh, and Jamie Walker didn't waste any time either as he launches off from that inside line and he follows Dalton Tucker. Jamie Walker now sitting in that second spot. And Walker to the inside. Walker wasting no time, wants the race lead, gonna take it. Coming out of turn number 4 is Jamie Walker, gonna be your new race leader once again. Jamie Walker, Dalton Tucker, Derek Paulson, your top 3, and here comes the 19 of Marquis Smith. Smith now in 4th spot, up 11 since the drop of the green flag. Jeffrey Fisher sits in that 4th position with Derek Paulson right behind him. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin just outside of the top 5. How about Jacob Hoppy? At one point, he almost got himself involved in one of those wrecks, Rick. And right now, the 2 car finds himself up 18 spots in 9th position. The 2 car getting it done out there tonight.
He is. Looking at it right now, technically speaking, he is the driver that is eligible for the biggest mover right now.
There are bonus points awarded for that, so very important. It's still very early on in this one, though, Rick. Lap 76, and we do have another stage that is going to be at lap 120 here tonight. We got a long way to go, and this track has been, well,
unforgiving.
It really has. It's been that kind of night for these guys, but you know, right now everything good to go. And man, look at them go down this backstretch. Man, that is awesome sights.
I mean, it's almost like a mix of Milwaukee's turned into a mix of Darlington, Richmond, and Bristol. is what I'm getting. Is the vibe I'm getting right now.
Oh, it's exciting. There is no question about it. Having a good time here tonight. Speaking of good times, how about James Miller? James Miller out there on the outside making passes happen at Milwaukee. Come on, that doesn't happen.
Happening.
All right, well, it happened. I don't know. Maybe that outside lane going to be something to watch out for. James Miller finding ways around cars that nobody else has here tonight. That does put a Ian Habiak in a 3 wide. Look out, Ian Habiak. Oh boy, Tim was just having a coronary right there, I bet. Go from one to the inside to, you're in the middle. Look out.
I have been talking to Tim a little bit here on chat, and he's sober. He's there for Ian tonight, and I don't think if we get too much more 3 wide racing like that, I think he can throw that right out.
I don't mind 3 wide. Well, that's exciting.
You can technically do it here. There is a lot of room.
Yeah, I don't want to be the guy in the middle.
Well, Chris, we know what happened with Terry, but there is another driver that is sitting in the infield care center. That is the driver on the number 4, Hayden Wheeler. I'm going to bring him up real quick.
Yep.
Hayden Wheeler, you got to bring Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you sound defeated. Of course, I just pulled you out of the TRJ Karting Infield Care Center, bud. What's going on with the number 4 here tonight?
Well, so as you guys saw, the 84 wrecked, and he just, I don't know what was going on in his head, but he just didn't hold the brake down, and unfortunately, I don't remember who was in front of me, but whoever was in front of me at that point sent me careening into the pit road wall there, and unfortunately, the number 4 MF Racing Designs Chevy Camaro is done for the night, but, it is what it is. I don't get what goes through people's heads sometimes. Just hold the brake. It's not that hard.
I can understand the frustration, but hey, listen, number 1, Michael Block did a fabulous job with your car. I love the color scheme, and hopefully it brings you some good luck here. I know that Daytona might not have been your best either, and been a rough couple starts here, but got a long season, buddy, so just hang in there.
Yep, I appreciate that. He did do a good job in my car. It is Women's History Month, and the car is actually inspired by Janet Guthrie. So, kudos to her.
Excellent. Well, there you go. I was just going to ask you, is there anybody on that number 4 you need to thank? Is there anybody else, bud?
Well, I would like to thank TRJ Karting, you guys, Mark and Sam put on the league. Of course, Michael Falk of MF Racing Designs. I can't thank him enough, really. You guys need a new paint, you go see him. He'll take really good care of you.
Excellent, bud. Well, hey, listen, we look forward to seeing you next week, man. And so you think you're pretty much done?
Yeah, she's toast.
All right, buddy. Hey, listen, sorry to hear that, but better luck next week.
Yep, thank you.
And that was Hayden Wheeler, driver of the number 4. Going to call it a night here from Milwaukee. And for some of these guys, you're right, Rick. It's been a terrible couple of weeks to get this season started, but it's just 2 races. You can't get down on yourself yet.
No. I mean, I know it's tough, Chris. I mean, and usually when I've done official racing, it was nice because I always got you there in my corner, even if we're not in the same split or the same, server or whatever. But you always keep me cool, and that's something that these guys need. And we'll say it again, Hayden, don't give up. Everything's going to be fine. It's only the 2nd race of the season. We're going all the way until December 19th, man. So plenty of time left. And your luck will change. I mean, Milwaukee, it's a tough track. It's flat. It's one of those tracks that, it's not the greatest. I don't personally mind racing here. It's not like it's my favorite track, but it's not my worst track. That's New Hampshire. That's later on down the season. I'm looking forward to that race at our home track.
A liar.
But Milwaukee races, a race is pretty good. It is a short track, Chris, but in my eyes, it feels, it almost feels like a cookie cutter to me.
Well, there's a little bit of banking here, which is the big separator between Milwaukee and New Hampshire. So you can actually race a little bit here, but we'll see. We'll get through them all. Hey, these guys have figured it out pretty good here. We're in the middle of a nice long green flag run. And this is exactly what these guys needed just to kind of pick themselves up a little bit. And the guy that's having a good time out there right now, Marquis Smith, was actually moved himself up into second position in his number 19, and he is falling behind Jamie Walker. But you know, there isn't anybody out there tonight who hasn't fallen behind Jamie Walker.
Absolutely right. Now, an interesting thing just came across the driver's radio, Chris. Somebody was asking if Milwaukee has lights, and Kilroe came on. Of course, Dalton Kilroe doing some dual work out there. He's a driver and also one of the admins here at Blazing Pedals, and he says no, there is no lights. So I'm wondering, and I kind of looked. Right now it is 4 o'clock race time at the track, so these guys have plenty of time still to go, I think. But you know, all those cautions might have hurt things by slowing the race down a little bit. So a couple of drivers out there, and I didn't quite catch exactly who it was, but you know, kind of worried about that as we see the sun has been starting to come back out here. I don't think we're going to have much of an issue, but it is on a few drivers' minds out there.
It's a little early to be thinking about that, but
it is. I mean,
yeah, I guess it's valid. I mean, shoot, we still have 150 miles to go. I think it's going to be okay, though.
I think we're going to be okay. And look at this right now, Chris. Marquis Smith in second position, up 13 spots since the drop of this race. Not quite the biggest mover out there, but he has moved up quite a few spots. So the MF Designs number 19 looking mighty fine out there right now. He needs a good race.
Yep, absolutely. He does. After last season and even last week, a second place or better finish tonight, boy, that would be huge. I'd say a top 5 would be huge, honestly.
If I remember correctly, we talked to him last week out of the Infield Care Center, and he said that he wasn't looking forward to Milwaukee, but it looks like Milwaukee's looking forward to him right now.
Yeah, definitely. Not Jeffrey Fisher, too, man. Up 8 spots to run in third spot. He is keeping it clean here tonight and doing a heck of a job out there. Dalton Tucker, one of the fastest drivers during practice, and I think the fastest driver in practice. Relegated back into the 4th spot right now. James Miller right behind him in the 09. That's Derek Paulson, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Dakota Todd, Jason Powell, and Jacob Hoppy to round out the top 10.
I'm just checking the in-car cameras that we have going on here in Discord, Chris. Ian Haybiak still has that helmet on. He actually has the visor back down again. Getting all business right there.
That's a good looking helmet. I dig it.
I really like that helmet too.
Of course, we got Amanda Sherman. She looks like she's ultra focused right now. Blake Decker getting it done. Blake Decker running in 12th position right now. You've got Brian Dees, Rick. Dees always looks so focused when he's driving.
Say, if I didn't see his wheel and his hands turning that wheel, I would think that literally it is a still picture that he has there, because when Brian Dees, once he sits down, he is 100% focused. Now, you know, a couple times during practice, you might see him crack a smile or something, but once that practice is done, he is straight-faced. His eyes are very focused, and he looks relaxed. He's in a good position, and that's just what Brian Dees does.
And then we've got Dalton Kilroe, last season's champion, driver of the number 41. He is running right behind Blake Decker. And of course, we saw his helmet. Jason Powell out there. Jason Powell running in the 9th position in his number 18. So he wasn't wrong, Rick. He said he had a good race pace car, but just couldn't put down a quick lap. 9th place run so far. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
And last driver on the list of drivers that we have live in-car feeds from, Corey Sherman, who's running in 18th position. Now, he's been all over the place here tonight, Rick, but I guess the thing to come away from right now is he's up 1 spot since the drop of the green flag. And really, he's probably passed about 50 cars to do it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. I mean, Corey, when you watch this back this week, buddy, listen, I mean, I know the Toyota, I mean, I love the paint scheme. You just got to get it off Toyota and get it back on the bow tie, buddy. I mean, that's Dale messing with you right there. Let me tell you, you're not gonna have good luck in a Toyota. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, but it is a bright paint job.
It is. I mean, well, Corey designed. Well, he designs all of TNA Motorsports, but Terry, because Terry's got to be different. He's got to have some schlub that he picked up on the street corner to paint his cars with a toothbrush. But Corey does a great job. Obviously, Amanda's car, his car, Backover's car. And I love that shirt. I'm so fast.
Speaking of so fast, how about it? It's Jamie Walker. He has by far led the most laps here tonight, and he is leading by a huge margin right now of over 5.5 seconds back to Marquis Smith.
Yeah, Walker's out there. He's racing himself right now. Trying to figure out how he can pass himself.
And if anybody can figure it out, it'll be him. But what he is doing is putting down some really fast lap times, and he is putting a bunch of drivers down a lap. And unfortunately for Jake Elrod, Randy McAvoy, Josh Rutherford, he's got their number, and he is coming.
And it's not surprising. I mean, last season in the K&N Series, Jamie Walker was the most winningest driver here at Blazing Pedals last season. Second was Dalton Kilroe. But Walker just, I mean, it doesn't matter what you put him in, Chris. We could probably give him one of Ian's hammer carts, and you know, Walker would start passing people in that thing.
Well, Randy McAvoy goes down a lap. Jake Elrod goes down a lap. So the 88 is hammering down. Dalton Tucker sitting in second spot. Trying to figure out what happened to Marquis Smith.
Looks like he might have came, if my scoring is correct, and I'm not sure because it's kind of bouncing everywhere. I'm sure yours is too. But it says Marquis Smith last time down pit lane was on lap 101.
Okay, so he's already come down pit road. Maybe a little bit of a short pit there.
And a bunch of these drivers haven't been down pit road since lap 62.
Hey, got a feeling they're going to have to be coming down. Oh, speaking of, Dalton Tucker bringing it down right now. All eyes on the race leader then, because eventually he's going to have to bring it down pit road. Last time on pit road for him, lap number 62. Oh, caution is out. Oh, that is going to change things up big time. And it looks like the 16 of Ian Habiak got involved. Let's go back and take a peek.
What the heck?
Habiak just into the wall. No explanation for that. Not sure what's going on. Taking a look on the in-car camera, and it does look like he's fidgeting around maybe with some wiring, Rick. Oh, man.
I'm just looking. I don't see a wheel down or anything that would cause that, Chris, on the car, so...
Finally, it looks like he's able to move. And Ian Habiak, unexplained.
What did Dad do?
Wow.
What did Dad do? Did have a wheel issue, Chris, on his computer. He just came across the driver's radio, in-car radio.
The kid was doing very good tonight, and that is going to hurt. A lot of drivers opting for this caution to bring it down pit road. Oh, man.
Unfortunately, make things worse, Sam Baumgarten just came over race control, and the 16 will be getting an EOL. I'm going to take this time just to thank everybody out there on the Turn 3 Racing Network YouTube land. We see you. By the chats, we thank you for showing up here tonight to watch the Blazing Pedals TRJ Karting.com Xfinity Series here from the Milwaukee Mile. Of course, if you haven't yet, make sure you definitely look down at the description of the video because there's a bunch of links down there. There's the league Facebook if you want to keep up with the Blazing Pedals. It's there. And of course, the link for the series sponsor, TRJKarting.com. And Chris, you know, I love Tim. I have a bunch of his shirts, hat, have racing gloves, poster, shoes.
I'm wearing a hoodie right now.
You got, yeah, I got a couple of hoodies. Got a couple of t-shirts, and I think Ian stole mine. I'm trying to figure out how he's got it on. I think I know, but you know, there's more than one. And of course, we also got to thank MF Racing Designs. The Facebook link is down there. You can find Michael Falk in MF Racing Designs. If you need any kind of paint scheme for iRacing, he is the man to go to. You can see a lot of his beautiful work out here on track. Got to thank David Liam over at Pay to Win Setups, his Facebook page, his website, which is pay2winsetups.com. And of course, thank you to newcomer, that's Butt Kicker. Want to add a little realism to your racing rig, head on over there, you pick yourself up a Butt Kicker. Everybody needs one of those. And I gotta give the obligatory shout out to Savage Edge Graphics. You can find them Savage Edge Graphics on Facebook or at savageedge.com. You can support your TNA Motor subscribers there, or as Chris did already, and I posted today, you can get some custom apparel, some vinyl work. He's doing some wall stuff now, which is pretty cool. Make sure to head on over there also. And if you want, you can even search for Turn 3 Racing Network on Facebook. Roger Muth does a great job over there. We got some apparel left. Shirts and hoodies. The hats are sold out. Those go quick. Got some long sleeves, some polos.
And a single file restart. Here we go.
Single file restart. The restart on lap 109.
Great job, Rick, on touching just about everybody that helps make this big thing that we call an esport go round here on the Turn 3 Racing Network and Blazing Pedals. Jamie Walker going to be your race leader once again, and we are cautioned out again, ladies and gentlemen.
Looks like number 2, Poppy. Ooh.
I hate it when you do the ooh.
I'm sorry. You're not quick enough.
We're going back. We're going to find out why the ooh right now. Oh. A very vicious start here for Hoppy. And around he goes. Good job hopping on the brakes. And getting off from the racing surface, but what a restart that was. Let's go back and take a look at that again, because my lord, looks like there was some checking up going on, and that may have put Hoppy in a situation that he wasn't ready for. I think I know who's going to get the EOL off from this one. Race control, so very quick at doing that. Well, you mentioned Butt Kicker right before we went to caution. Let's go ahead and take a peek in on Butt Kicker.
Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Rick, I might have to get one of those.
I mean, not only great for sim racing, Chris. I mean, flight sims, and you and I like to fly. I think I'm gonna get one for my office chair.
Gonna use it as a back massager.
I'm sure we could figure out a way to manufacture some kind of holder for that. That's actually a good idea. I got some interesting news, Chris. I believe it's on Tuesday, the 9th. iRacing is going to be having downtime for maintenance. Welcome to week 13. It actually might be tomorrow because that's usually when the tracks, I don't know, but it said the 9th. But you know how iRacing is. They like to use that GMT time. But there's going to be a new pace car out there. The Ford is getting retired. It's got 17 miles on it. The engine is leaking and it's breaking down. Lots of recalls. And so we're getting a generic sedan type vehicle. It's not a Chevy. It's not a Toyota. It's going to be interesting to see what Blazing Pedals uses there for the new pace car.
A generic sedan.
That's what it said. It's going to have no affiliation whatsoever.
Okay.
I mean, let's face it, iRacing has been doing a great job, and actually, it was the first time in a while that I've actually read the race patch notes, as the lights on the Ford Mustang have turned off now. So we're getting ready to go green, but a lot of good, interesting stuff coming. iRacing's been doing a lot. There's going to be some new smoke and dust from dirt racing and on track and all that good stuff. The sparks are getting updated. I can't wait to see that as the pace car pulls off.
Green flag in the air one more time, and Ryan Diesel, look out because your race leader is going by you. Jamie Walker, Marquis Smith, 1 and 2. And Rick just about 6 laps to go before we fall under a caution one more time. A nice green flag run here in stage 2, followed up quickly by a couple of cautions. And the one thing we really haven't talked about or haven't really been paying attention to it really is tires. There's a set limit of tires that these guys are allowed to take, and when you take them, and it really does have an effect on how you're going to finish your race off.
And you're absolutely right. That's something that was new last season, Chris. Tire limits on all the races, and they really put on some really good strategies.
Caution. As it looks this time to be James Miller.
The 09 of Miller.
We see him to the inside of the Savage Ed machine. Now behind the 18.
And loose coming off 4.
And good job keeping it off the wall. And very good. Oh, man. Okay. Whoa.
There's some drivers there that were pretty lucky.
Yeah. Oh, Lordy. I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be done, but we'll go with it. Good job, everybody, staying out of it anyway. I guess the important thing for Miller is he was able to keep it on the lead lap. Got a couple of drivers going to come down pit road, take advantage of this caution.
Like you said, a few drivers using this chance to go in. Of course, we can figure out James Miller in the 09 going to be getting that EOL penalty. God bless race control. That's all I got to say. Mark Arthur, Sam Baumgarten, a couple other of the old veterans are on the radio trying to settle these guys down, Chris.
Yeah, it's been a night of cautions.
And it's a short track, so we got the short track. I mean, this isn't Martinsville, this isn't Richmond, this isn't Bristol. But the tempers are definitely there. There's a lot of new drivers that these guys have to figure out. I mean, like I said, they have a really good core group here at Blazing Pedals. They added a lot of outstanding new names here on the field. Everybody's just got to get used to running around each other. I mean, we got a good, I mean, obviously we don't have 36 here tonight. I know Terry is hopefully is watching the broadcast, just not typing to us and enjoying his beverage of choice. Or maybe he's in bed. But thankfully I don't have to be there right now. But these guys doing a good job. I mean, 36 drivers, it's fabulous to see. That's a lot of cars out here on track. Now, earlier somebody was asking about lights. I'm just looking here now. It is almost 5 p.m. here at the track, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. We are now at the halfway point.
Yeah, it makes the race official. Whatever comes, but yeah, with about 120 miles to go, I think we got plenty of light on the track. It might be starting to get dark at the end, but we'll be all right. Pace car lights should shut off this time by. Oh, and I guess we should put it out there, Rick. As they cross the start-finish line, stage 2 comes to an end. It is Jamie Walker's. So Jamie Walker winning both stage 1 and stage 2 here tonight. Going to get himself some bonus points for that. As the pace car lights drop down, and we are going to get ready to go alive again here at Milwaukee. It's going to be a single file restart. It's one of the things that race control has implemented. It really started last year, and it has continued on this year. I think it's a good idea to have it in your back pocket if the guys kind of are having difficulty. Just a little bit of a way to maybe settle them down, get them into their groove. Pace car going to take a hard left-hand turn, this time by Jamie Walker. Has control of the field. We're going to go back. Green flag racing right now, live at Milwaukee. Walker dives down into turn number 1. Marquis Smith following him in second. Derek Paulson, Aaron Bockover, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Your top 5. John Perkins, Corey Sherman, Jeffrey Fisher, Brad Collins, Josh Klinger going to be your top 10 as the race leader Jamie Walker comes out of turn number 4. Going to put another lap into the old, yeah, I let it check mark file. Yellow
Out again.
And it's going to be Matt Hackathorn, who started off this night with a pretty good run, and it has gone backwards for him. Already you can see the damage front and rear on that car. Luckily, not an aerodynamic track, but around he goes and into the wall. That front end suffering a little bit more damage. the crowd getting into it. But the 84 has definitely seen better nights. And it looks like Hackerthorn has brought it down pit road. We'll see if he's going to bother coming back out or not. Like I said, with all that damage, it doesn't even mean that he's not competitive, Rick. It's just he might overheat, he might lose speed, but not an aerodynamic track. It doesn't really matter here if you don't have a front end or even much of a deck lid.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, you can still go out there and be somewhat competitive, but it's really going to come down to if the damage happened to the motor at any time, Chris. I mean, with the front being gone, you might be going, and the next thing you know, boom, barbecue.
Jamie Walker, Derek Paulson, Aaron Bach over your top three. Very different pit strategies happening right now, Rick. I'm looking at it. A lot of drivers last on pit road 105, 117, and then 124. So definitely different strategies happening out there.
I was talking with Tim also to see how Ian is making out, Chris, because as we saw that one of those cautions that he brought out there, his wheel disconnected or something happened, and he just turned left hard into the wall after coming across the start finish line, and it looks like someone's getting a new wheel. Dad's done messing around, he said. And Ian, if you weren't supposed to know that, that's not for you, it's for me.
Yeah. Just what you need, another new wheel.
This one's almost a year old. It's time for something new. Don't get me started. I've been looking at a couple of them for quite a while now.
Pace car lights are off. Single file restart once again. And it's going to happen on lap 128. I want to thank everybody out there once again over on YouTube watching us live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We really do appreciate you guys hanging out with us on a Sunday night. Make sure you hang out with us just about every night as we got something going on. Lots of racing to watch here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Pace car going to take that hard left-hand turn. We're going to go under green flag conditions. Jamie Walker, your race leader, being followed by Derek Paulson and Aaron Backover. So Backover kind of out of nowhere showing off tonight that, yes, indeed, he is fast.
I love that shirt. And Terry, when you watch this, buddy, you got to be a little bit more specific with your messages there on Facebook, because I've been searching all over. I was moving camera angles and everything inside of all the TNA drivers' in-car cams. You didn't tell me it was the actual real-life in-car cam. What's Terry talking about? There's something that I'm missing. It. Cleaning my glasses, getting the magnifying glass out.
Derek Paulson trying to stick with Jamie Walker, and if he can do it, he'd be the first one tonight.
His teammate Taylor the Butcher Benjamin right behind him too. A little bit of a gap there, but
Haven't talked about him for a while, but Matt Gruenberg back into the top 5.
he's working on the inside now with TNA Motorsports driver Aaron Bach over in the 44 Budweiser machine. Gruenberg's going to be able to complete this pass here.
How about John Perkins? No hood on that thing, and he don't care. He is ripping it up. John Perkins now up to 5th spot.
It's because you get that Turn 3 Racing Network back bumper on that Mustang, bud.
That's got to be it.
Adds extra horsepower. On no hood Perkins. That's just proof right there. That, I mean, again, we talked about it earlier with Hackathorn's car. You know, you don't need a complete car here in Milwaukee to run, and I can tell you right now, Perkins probably doesn't have to worry about any kind of overheating at all.
No.
That thing is air conditioned.
Uh-huh. Oh boy.
Casey Campbell.
Caution on the track once again.
Mafia taking a hit here tonight.
Not a lot of damage showing up on Casey Campbell's car. Let's go back and take a peek and see what happened with the 73. Oh, it's going to be the exit of turn 4, maybe? Yep.
The turn 4 curse here at Milwaukee tonight.
Just bumps that inside wall. Able to continue on, no problem. Could have been much, much worse. But he's okay. So this is caution number, I forget, because there's been a lot of them. I think we're running on 9 plus 2.
Okay. I do believe you are correct, my friend. I'm just looking up a little bit of track backs here, Chris. Now, you know, we talked about Milwaukee being somewhat flat, and it is. There is a little bit of banking. So in the turns, in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, it is 9.25 degrees on the straights. It's 2.5. So that's something that these drivers are figuring out. I mean, you got to be very careful when you're coming off of the corners because it's very easy to slip right there.
Yeah, it's a big transition. How about this? Jamie Walker brings the 88 down pit road. So
Only for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, so he got service here on lap 134. Won't be able to make it the rest of the way, but could split it up and make a fuel run out of this thing.
Looking at the time, I'm thinking that maybe a new set of Goodyears under that thing. It's been a while since I've raced these cars. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at some of the pit stops, but I'm thinking that some of that's repair damage. I mean, usually around 14, 15 seconds.
Yeah. That's tires. So watch for Walker to be very quick. Unfortunately, he is marred way back in the field at this point, so he is going to have to be careful working his way back up.
And I'm seeing a lot of fuel-only stops here also, Chris. So you guys out there with a new set of Goodyears.
Oh, that sun is getting bright off from turn 4.
It sure is. I was actually just in a cockpit view. I was like, woof. And it looks good in VR. Luckily with that cloud right there, though, it's not too bad. And of course, you got the grandstand, so it kind of, it's very quick. Not as bad as like Daytona or, you know, down in Homestead. They race at the right time. They're coming out of 4 in Homestead. You can't see nothing. You can see orange.
So Derek Paulson up front as your race leader. His best lap time tonight, a 30.470. Taylor, the Butcher Benjamin, right behind him. And the Butcher up 7 spots here tonight. Matt Gruenberg running in 3rd position. John Perkins running in 4th. Jeffrey Fisher running in the 5th spot. As we go back under the green flag here at Milwaukee.
I just got to say, Chris, I feel very bad for you that you cannot listen into some of this driver chat while they're under caution. There's still a few drivers out there that are worried that the track's not going to have enough light to finish this race here. I checked it. It's just past. It's like about 5:12 right now on track.
Well, after next weekend, days get longer.
They do. One of the greatest things I heard is Jamie Walker, who's usually very quiet on the radio. You know, as many times as we talk to him, he's usually straight to the point. He doesn't get excited, but he kind of chuckles and he goes, "What? Nobody set their headlight button on their wheels?"
Derek Paulson starting to open it up a little bit over Matt Gruenberg. Gruenberg sits now in 2nd spot, but Derek Paulson running that 6 car very hard right now. Off from that transition on 1 and 2. That black pavement gets a little grippy down there. Ooh, looks like Paulson might be tightening up a little bit.
But, you know, Chris, I talked about that early in the broadcast when I looked at the weather there. It is now 79 degrees, so it has gone down 1 degree. With this overcast skies, the sun's starting to go down here in the early evening hours at Milwaukee. That track temperature last time we checked was 86 degrees. Right now sitting at 82, so you know, 4 degrees difference there. And you know as well as I do, even that 4 degrees, it really changes the way that this track is driven. Of course, we heard from Mark Arthur in Race Control telling us about the pay-to-win setup here tonight. It is loose, but you're right. I think it's starting to tighten it up a little bit now that the track's cooling off. Of course, I was just talking about Jamie Walker. Chris, he restarted this race in 19th position, already up to 15th. Slowly moving his way back up towards the front. Derek Paulson still leading this pack, though, here, Chris, and the gap from Gruenberg slowly closing.
Yeah, Gruenberg, we know he's fast, but he has not sniffed out the race lead yet as he gives a little wiggle off into that black pavement. Heading into 3 and 4 now. Gruenberg right on the back bumper of Derek Paulson. The 54 trying to get it there. Very similar exits off from turn number 4 for your race leader and Matt Gruenberg. As we go under caution one more time, it is Brad Collins in the number 22, and he is at a dead stop. Everybody driving around. Let's go back and take a peek, see what happened to the 22 of Brad Collins. Oh, this time it's going to be the admins are going to have to look at this one.
Yes.
I don't know if there was anything major there. Could have been a little net code. Go back and look at it one more time. Oh, all of a sudden the rear end comes around, so that tells me there's probably a little contact there.
Of course, right behind him was the 09 of James Miller.
Boy, you know, Miller didn't move his line. Yeah. Let's find out what the admins say, but I'm at a loss. I don't know.
So they are calling it on the 22.
Okay, makes sense.
Now, I'm not part of race control or anything, but there is a gap in between the 09 and the 22, so definitely some net code. I would personally, me, if I had more time to look. I mean, like I said, I'm not part of, you know, race control.
Well, we've made it to under 100 laps to go. 95 when they cross the start finish line. Now, this one getting to be a little bit on the long side. A lot of cautions here tonight. Not indicative of the way these guys normally run, but it is early in the season with a lot of new drivers. This is something that we probably kind of expected, Rick.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. I mean, if you remember even last season, you know, it was kind of a, you know, these guys, they take, it's a long season, number one. Okay, like I said earlier at the beginning, we're doing this thing until December 19th, so it's a long season. But they also take from that time until right around just after the Daytona 500, usually in the real world, they will start their regular season again. So that's a big, you know, you get the holidays and everything. Now, I mean, the group does a good job of trying to keep everybody active. They do host some fun races, so that way the new drivers can get in and drive with, you know, with the veterans and figure some stuff out. But it is tough, you know. I mean, this isn't just, hey, we're gonna race for an hour and have some fun. This is it. This is the season. It started. So, you know, we're here for a few hours, and hopefully guys practice throughout the week. I can tell you, I am part of the Discord, as you are, over at Blazing Pedals, and these members are fabulous. They're throwing up races, practice races, all throughout the week, and so there's definitely plenty of chances for the drivers to practice. But it's just hard. It's, you know, you have a different mindset, I think, when you're just practicing compared to the actual race. There's nothing on the line for a practice but a dollar. Somebody, whoever hosts it. But they'll get it figured out.
Pace car lights are off on the Ford Mustang as it's entering turn number 3. Matt Gruenberg, Blake Decker, Dalton Tucker, your top 3. Then it's Dalton Kilroad, Dakota Todd, James Miller, Corey Rutherford, Jamie Walker, Tanner Marr, Joshua Rutherford, your top 10. Jacob Hoppy, Nico Kie, Jason Powell, John Perkins, Derek Paulson, your top 15. As we get ready to roll back under the green flag, pace car drops on the pit road. The 54 hits the loud pedal. We are back under the green flag. Matt Gruenberg has been fast all night long. This is his first opportunity to lead the race here under green. We're going to find out if anybody has anything for him when he has that fresh air. Down the back stretch, Gruenberg goes, setting up for turn number 3. Rolling through the corner. Picks up the throttle coming out of turn number 4. Got to be careful not to do it too soon. We've seen that happen many times here tonight. Cars going around. And the 54 does a nice clean lap. Blake Decker right behind him. We used to call him Old Wood Sides, but we've had to change it around to Old Camo Side this year as his paint scheme has changed just a little bit. Watch out for Blake Decker. He is one of those veterans here at the Blazing Pedals. The 92 definitely knows how to get around a track. We'll see if he has anything for the 54. Dalton Tucker, last week's winner at the Daytona race, is running in 3rd position. And he's got former champion Dalton Kilroe right behind him. Dakota Todd right there. Todd, no stranger to winning races, as he definitely won a few here last season with the Blazing Pedals. And Jamie Walker has made his way back up into the 6th spot. Rick Walker is trying to get back to the lead. He has led more laps here than anybody tonight, and he would love to win this one. He also won stage 1 and stage 2. So the 88 on a roll. James Miller has had an up and down night. but right now finds himself in the 7th spot. James Miller in the 09 can't be left out of the conversation for a race win here, but the 09 has some ground to make up. Tanner Marr in the 21, one of those drivers, he's just gone a little bit on the quiet side. He's been involved in a couple of little things, but nothing major. Tanner Marr holding on to an 8th place finish, or excuse me, 8th place run so far. Corey Rutherford in the 5 car, he's running in 9th spot. He's up 9 spots and looks to be having a solid night here. Hopefully that will continue for Corey Rutherford. And Derek Paulson, the 6 car, strong running machine here tonight. We've seen him up in the top 3 as he is trying to make his way there. One more time, goes around. Corey Rutherford picks up a spot. So Matt Gruenberg leads the way, Rick.
He does. Michael Fox out there in chat. And I want to say thank you to everybody out there watching on YouTube. As always, we do appreciate it. Michael Fox of MF Racing Designs on Facebook, who's done a majority of the paints here for the Blazing Pedals drivers. That old wood size might make a return. Thinking about it. I mean, isn't that, we got to think of some kind of good nickname and you could play off that. But, you know, Chris, you talked about Blake Decker and being one of the veterans there, but he's also one of the younger guys out there. I mean, I think only Ian is pretty much the younger, you know, of the drivers out here. And let me tell you, Decker, we've watched him grow along with Ian, which has been fabulous. 2 drivers that I've kept my close eye on in the 4 seasons that we've broadcasted here with the Blazing Pedals. And it's really good to see how mature these drivers act. I mean, Blake, you wouldn't think that he is as young as he is. He does a great job.
Yeah.
He's all serious, Dan. He's got that VR, man. You know, we picked on him a little bit last season, laying back in his chair like he was ready to take a nap or fall on the floor. We weren't sure which. It was all depending on what was in that mason jar, which of course was just water.
Yeah, well, he's not laid back right now, Rick, because you watch him steering that wheel. It is jerking all over the place, getting through these corners. And look at the counter steer. That's telling me the rear end's trying to come out a little bit on the 92, and he is holding it in. Doing a great job is Blake Decker in that 92. Speaking of doing a great job, how about it? It is Gruenberg, your race leader, but he isn't doing what we've seen another leader here do tonight. Rick, he's not able to pull away. Decker is right there, and Gruenberg just isn't able to pull away at all. Look at the top 5, man. You want to talk about some names? Matt Gruenberg, very fast driver. We know that. Blake Decker, very fast driver. He has won a few times here. How about Dalton Tucker? He was last week's winning racer at Daytona. Dalton Kilroy, last season's champion. Jamie Walker, last season's winningest driver here at Blazing Pedals. Man, you want to talk about cream rising to the top? We have got it here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
And there's some big names also that, you know, that we're kind of used to seeing. Dakota Todd right back there behind Walker there in 6th position. You got Derek Paulson right there. Tanner Marr, you know, this is his second or 3rd season here with Blazing Pedals. Marquis Smith pulling out that top 10 right now. And I got to give it to Aaron Backover. He's sitting at 44. He's down 5 positions from the start, but still not doing a bad night. And right now I'm just checking just to make sure I don't make a fool out of myself. But yes, he is the top running TNA Motorsports driver right now, sitting in 13th position.
Yeah, and he has been pretty much all night long. Aaron's been very consistent here in that 44 Budweiser machine. Back up front. Because oh, Rick, we got something going on here for 5th spot. Jamie Walker trying to take 4th away, and he is going to do it on the inside. Dalton Kilroy going to fall a spot.
Yeah, Dalton's trying to hang on as much as he possibly can there on the outside, but Walker is very fast on that inside. He makes that pass nice and clean. And now the other Dalton, as we like to say, got his number getting ready to be punched.
Well, right now, Dalton Tucker in 3rd spot, all over the back bumper of the 92. And Rick, we were just saying a few laps ago that Gruenberg wasn't able to pull away. Well, that's not true anymore, as he is starting to put a little gap there, just a little over a half a second. And he's doing a good job out front there. We'll see how long he can hold on to it as this one is getting closer and closer to an end. The sun now hidden behind the clouds, but plenty of daylight to go here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Well, now that I've heard a couple of drivers that are worried about it, Chris, I'm trying to keep close tabs. So it is almost 6 p.m. now here. The sun is tracking at 2 times the speed that it normally would, but I still think we're going to be fine.
We're going to get through it, even if we can't see who wins. Oh, the 92 gets sideways. The 51 checks up, and that might give the opportunity to Walker. No, Walker thinks better of it, and that is wily veteran driving right there as Walker had a run to the outside, thought better of it, and backed it down. Jamie Walker content with third.
You know, Chris, just looking back there, I think Blake he wanted to come down pit road anyway, and I think it just crept up on him a little bit too quick.
Very possible. We've seen that already once tonight.
Because he was slow, and he got, you know, the who was it now? Now I can't remember. It was the 51. But Tucker was right behind him there, gave him a little bit of a bump. So I think, you know, I didn't have the radio queued up to see. Usually these guys call out when they're going to pit. I mean, pit road's kind of strange here in Milwaukee. It creeps up on you really quick.
Blake Decker now working the inside of the 51. He did go down a lap when he came down pit road. So Decker, the first car, 1 lap down, but he opens up a hole. Can Jamie Walker fill that hole? Walker down to the inside. Jamie Walker looking for second spot, has it at the line. So Dalton Tucker falls a spot to Jamie Walker. Between your race leader of Gruenberg and Jamie Walker, you have the 92 of Blake Decker looking to try and get back on the lead lap after coming down pit road. I don't want to jinx it, Rick, but I think this has been the longest green flag run of the night. And it's been a dandy.
I'm just trying to go through, and I wasn't really watching the speed chart, Chris, and actually just as you said that, Tanner Mark came out and said that there was a slow car out in the front stretch, and a few drivers were a little worried. I didn't catch exactly who it was. I didn't get there quick enough, but almost jinxed him, man. You know about that commentator curse.
I know, but I got to call it.
Which knock-on particle wood hasn't bit us yet this season. It is only race 2, but
Matt Gruenberg gives up the race lead. He comes down pit road, and that gives the race lead back over to Jamie Walker. Walker has led the most laps here tonight, and with about, I'm not going to do the math. Okay, I will. It's about 73 laps to go. Jamie Walker takes the lead back.
you know, an interesting thing to note, Chris, because I was actually watching Blake Decker was trying to get his lap back from Gruenberg, and Blake almost did the same thing that happened to him. Gruenberg pulled down into pit road, and just as, I mean, once you come off of turn 4, that's right when the pit road entrance starts pretty much.
Yeah, and Dalton Tucker just found it. He's on pit road.
Yep. So, you know, Blake Decker almost got into the back there of the 54, but was able to get around. Pit road's about to get busy, according to the radio.
Very different pit strategies all at play here as Jamie Walker came down on lap 133. So he'll be due in pretty soon. But a lot of these other guys It's been since lap 117 or even before that.
This guy's looking mighty fine out there in iRacing land tonight from Milwaukee here. Got a little sunset view going on.
We hop into the cockpit of the race leader, Jamie Walker. We head down the back stretch. We want to take a peek and see if we can see any of that sun at all. Boy, not
Look
really.
at that. Yeah, you can't see the sun, but the sky looks cool.
The sky looks great. Walker avoiding a car that's coming down pit road. So pit road was busy. Starting to settle down now, at least for a few laps. As it is Jamie Walker, Marquis Smith, Derek Paulson, your top three. Jeffrey Fisher, Aaron Bockover round out the top five. And we are under caution. Nick Okie having an issue. My, oh my.
And you want to hear something that was funny about that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Just as you said, or just as the caution came out and you said it, Tim actually just said, there's a beer can in turn 3. And I asked him as I was typing it, and once he typed it, you were like, oh, caution's out for Nick Okie. I was like, uh-oh.
Let's go back and figure out what happened to Nick. Yes, he'd get the turn 4 blues. Yes, he does. Oh, man, Corey Sherman just about got wiped out. Somehow made it through. So the unfortunate thing for Okie is he is going to go to the end of the longest line. But he is going to live on to fight some more here in this race as pit road, it's busy again. How about a word from TRJKarting.com?
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
And again, we got to thank Tim over at TRJKarting.com, series sponsor here for the last few years. And man, what a fit that has been for these guys.
Tim's just a great guy. I mean, not just because of what he does here for Blazing Pedals, Chris. I mean, you know, one thing I do love about broadcasting, you know, especially a long-time league like Blazing Pedals, is the friendships that we actually form. And Tim is one of those, you know, that I'm very happy to consider a friend and a brother. You know, he's originally from Canada. He moved down here to the States. He's running a successful small business that's doing a great job. And he's trying to bring e-racing into that, you know, and I think he's doing a fabulous job with that. But one thing that I love about Tim is not only does he help, you know, his son Ian, obviously, and Ethan, of course, but is just to see the support that he gives to a lot of younger drivers out there who are trying to live their dream of racing, you know, especially with the karts and the different series that Tim is a part of. And it's just amazing. It's amazing what Tim does. And I'm proud to call him my friend. I'm proud to have him here as a part of the Turn 3 family. And he just does amazing things, guys. If you haven't yet, support him. Head on over to trjkarting.com. Pick yourself up something. If you're a sim racer, he's got gloves, he's got shoes. If you want to be cool like Ian, he's got helmets that you can buy. If you're into karting, that's the place to go. If you don't need a place to get carts, but you're looking for chemicals or maintenance supplies, Tim's the way to go. I mean, fast shipping, and you're helping somebody who is proud of America, proud of where his family is. He works hard, and he does a lot of great things for a lot of younger people. I mean, there's one that I watched, Gavin Marlin Racing. Tim's got him stuck back in a cart, it looks like. So I'm pretty excited to see that. And boy, is it starting to get dark out there on track, Chris.
Yeah. That's something I was... Oh, boy.
I just noticed it. I'm like, oh, boy.
The headlights on the Mustang are working very well, and that could be a problem here.
Just after 6 p.m. track time right now. I noticed that when I clicked on the pace car. I'm like, oh, boy.
It's all right. As long as we can see, we're going to keep it going. Pace car going to drop down pit road. We're going to go back to green flag racing. Jeffrey Fisher is your race leader. Derek Paulson, Aaron Bachhover, and Matt Gruenberg. Gruenberg hard into the corner. Matt Gruenberg takes third spot away. These guys are going to start racing a little bit harder. I believe, Rick, they know the sun is disappearing. They got to go. Jeffrey Fisher in his number 98. Followed by teammate Matt Gruenberg. Gruenberg looking to the inside. Matt Gruenberg going for the race lead. Here comes Jamie Walker. Walker looking for third. Heading into turn number 3. And you can feel it, Rick. The pace is quickening here at Milwaukee. The 98 of Jeffrey Fisher threw a bit of a block in there. The 88, no place to go. On the outside now, Jamie Walker looking for second. Coming out of turn number 4. And at the line, Walker takes it away.
Yeah, he's gone now. It's all done. Walker knows what's going on. Of course, Mark Arthur just came across race control and said, hey, just so you guys know, I'm sitting in my VR. I'm going through the cockpit views to make sure that you can see. I just got confirmation from race control that it's not 100% yet, but it might be a shortened race because of the time. But Mark's keeping his eyes in the cockpit of the drivers to make sure that they can see.
Jamie Walker has 1 second to make up to try and catch Matt Gruenberg. And he doesn't have a lot of time. The pace quickening here in Milwaukee. These guys know they're probably going to be running a shortened race. They got to go. All those cautions really didn't help things here. As we're trying to get through it, down the backstretch, your race leader goes. Matt Gruenberg still holds on to an 0.8 of a second lead over Jamie Walker in the 88. Dalton Tucker holds on to third, and right behind him, it's Marquise Smith in the 19. Marquise bringing it out of nowhere, coming up to 4th spot. Once again, we're going to hop into the cockpit of Jamie Walker so we can see what he sees. And you can tell it is definitely getting darker, but still has visibility. Can still race this one out. Oh no, caution on the track. Jason Powell having problems. That is not what we want here, Rick. We want green flag racing.
I hear you.
Jason Powell in the 18. Let's go back and take a peek. Oh, Powell just, I don't know. It's like he missed his braking spot or had a good run or something. Got on those brakes a little too hard and around he went. So we find ourselves under caution once again. And oh boy, Rick, is it getting dark quick now.
It is, and I have some breaking news at the end of lap 200. So once the ticker turns over to lap 201, that will be the race.
All right, hopefully these guys are going to be able to see that long.
I'm just trying to listen. I'm not ignoring. I'm just listening to everybody. It might be 10 to go once we go green. We're gonna try to figure this out.
Unfortunately, Michael, there are no lights here in Milwaukee, so it is it's crunch time, and we're gonna figure it all out. Rick is keeping his ears open on race control, trying to figure out exactly what we're gonna do here. But it is getting dark. And a lot of these guys are not going to be happy finishing the way they are. They want to be able to run the full distance. Unfortunately, with the number of cautions that we've had, it's slowed down the race pace enough where we are running into a problem here in Milwaukee. Right now. Go ahead, Rick, if you have an update.
Yep, confirmation from race control, lap 200, and it's going to be over. So once our ticker hits lap 201, the caution flag is going to fall, and that's going to be the race.
All right, so we're going to shorten this one up by about 40 laps.
Michael, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, no lights like Chris was saying here at Milwaukee. You know, the issue is too many cautions. You know, these guys spent a lot of laps under caution here tonight, and that hurts. It's hard as a race control when you're setting up these races. I mean, you know, you put it into the afternoon, and I'm looking at the time right now here. So the race time on the server right now is 6:15 exactly right now. So and if you haven't been on the service during those times, since iRacing has fixed the day-to-night transitions, it gets dark pretty quick. So they're going to try to definitely finish this out. And of course, Chris, we know that Jason Powell caused that last caution, and he is getting the EOL.
All right. Now caution lights are off. And we're going to get set to go back under the green flag. These guys cannot afford another caution between now and lap 200. All the pit strategy can be thrown away because in 12 short laps, it is going to be over. Pace car about to pull it down pit road.
They got nice headlights, but these, oh yeah, now that the pace car is off of Gruenberg's car, it's getting hard to see out there.
A good start out of the 54. Oh, blinking issues out of the 88 machine. Oh boy, is it getting dark now. Hard to see the numbers. Gruenberg up front. Caution on the track once again. Not sure what brought that one out, Rick.
No, that's going to be it. It's Mark's calling it.
All right, fair enough. I think that's the right move. So we've got Matt Gruenberg, your race winner, Jamie Walker, Dalton Tucker, your top three. Marquis Smith just outside in fourth spot, Dakota Todd in fifth. That's a great race for Marquis Smith. He really needed that one. Jamie Walker, I think he really needed a good second place finish, which he got. Matt Gruenberg, welcome to Blazing Pedals. etch your name on the winner's circle. Guys, we're going to step away for just about 2 minutes while we get this all straightened out, and we're going to get the post-race interviews in right after that. So don't go away. We will be right back. All right, we're back live here in Milwaukee, and it has gone dark. But
Yes, it has.
we have got a few people we got to talk to. I had to turn on the replay just so we could see anything out there, Rick. During that commercial break, boy, it got so dark you couldn't see anything at all. But we do have our top three here ready to go. Let's go ahead and get Dalton Tucker in here. Dalton, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, man.
All right, bud. Well, last week it was a win. This week it's a third spot. How do you feel about tonight's race?
It was frustrating. Felt like I had a car that could win it. Just that certain things didn't go the way that it needed to go for me to be able to win. So I'm happy with third, but at the same time frustrated.
Yeah, understood. I think there's probably going to be a lot of frustration across the field here tonight. Just because of the amount of cautions and the fact that we couldn't get the full distance in. But again, a third place finish. So, hey, it's a pretty good average here for the first couple of races. Who do you got to thank on your car, bud?
Just got to thank Monster Energy again for being on the car. And I want to say they said to thank Butt Kicker and TRJ Karting also for being here tonight. And just thank you guys for being in the booth. I know the race like this is never fun to broadcast. Well, I guess in a way it is because you get to see cautions and wrecks and stuff like that. But wish it could have gone green and maybe we'd have had a different outcome. But I'm happy with third, and hopefully we can back it up again next week.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations once again. We'll get you back down with your teammates so you can celebrate the third place.
Thanks, man.
All right, Dalton Tucker bringing it home in third spot tonight. And then we have got the 88. Rick, I believe you caught up with Jamie Walker.
I did. Jamie Walker, driver of the Mountain Dew number 88. You got Rick and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy? Mr. Walker, are you there? Maybe having a little bit of a radio issue there. Jamie Walker, you got Rick and Chris one last time up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
All right, we're going to try and get Jamie back here, but let's try and get I don't know if I trust this one to do it or not, but we'll find out. Hey, Matt Gruenberg, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, bud. Well, listen, this isn't exactly the way we wanted to see the race finish, but your first win here with Blazing Pedals. How you feeling?
Yeah, it feels great. Definitely an interesting way to end the race. I can't say that I've ever won a shortened race before. It kind of seems like, or it kind of feels like the rain just came in and they decided to call it. But yeah, definitely an interesting race. We started from the back, worked our way up all race, and kind of played the strategy and ended up in the right spot, and ended up getting the win from it. So great win. I'll take it.
Hey, you take them however you can get them, right?
For sure.
All right, bud. Well, it's been a while since I've had a chance to talk to you, but who do you have on the 54 that you need to thank here tonight?
Just Team AV, James Miller and Jeffrey Walker for putting the paint, or Jeffrey Fisher for putting the paints together, and just giving me cool looking cars to go out and hopefully win some more races this season.
Awesome, bud. Congratulations once again. We're going to put you down with your team so you can celebrate. Congratulations on the first victory here at Blazing Pedals.
Thank you.
And that was Matt Gruenberg. Let's try one more time with the 88, Jamie Walker, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys. Go ahead.
There he is. Hey, buddy. Obviously not the night that you wanted. I think you had a strong chance to definitely battle for the lead if we had some lights on this track. But tell us about your race a little bit.
Yeah, I needed some more light there. Once I cleared Decker there, I was gaining 0.2 a lap, so I was getting ready to go for it. But yeah, we ran out of daylight there. Oh no, though it ain't that bad, I guess.
Now, unfortunately, I mean, at one point now, I'm lucky because I get to listen into the in-car and in-race chatter on the radio, and it was, I can't remember what lap it was, but it was pretty early in the race, and a couple of drivers were a little worried that this was going to happen, and usually you're pretty quiet, and I know you came on, you're like, what, you don't have your headlights set up? too bad you didn't, because then you'd have been able to pass everybody.
Yeah, I guess we got to change cars next year, something with headlights, huh?
There you go. Well, hey, buddy, listen, congratulations coming in second here in the second race of the season. It's looking good for you there. Is there anybody on that 88 you'd like to thank?
Of course, you all see that I got back the Dew crew. I can't thank them guys enough. TRJ Karting for putting this on. You guys up in the booth, I can't thank you guys enough for all the work you guys do for us. And yeah, it's just, I'm hoping to put on a good season for everybody today. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather, but we'll get through things.
All right, buddy. Hey, listen, I hope you feel better. Next week, we head to Auto Club. How you feeling about that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, buddy. Hey, listen, congratulations once again.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
And that is the driver of the 88, Jamie Walker, bringing it home in second spot tonight. It was an odd night here tonight. It was a race-shortened race because of some cautions and a lack of infield lights. But we got through, well, just about 200 laps here tonight, Rick. It was interesting. We didn't see all the strategies come to fruition like we had hoped, but at the same time, we got to make sure that we can see what's going on out there. I'm going to go ahead and give everybody an idea of this is what I can see on track right now. The answer is nothing.
Nothing. I see a couple of lights, maybe some haulers warming up, Chris. Not exactly sure, but yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, obviously we are 51 laps short here tonight from Milwaukee. Now, I just want to say that so that way, you know, Terry's going to be doing his post-race, pre-race interviews and or not interviews, but talking, you know, his write-up and everything. So, you know, when he's going to tell you how many laps you guys did under caution, you know, you're 51 laps short. So, and I think we ran more than that tonight here under caution. But it is what it is, and we finished it up here. Next week, like I said, we're heading to Auto Club, which you know as well as I do. It's not Daytona, it's not Talladega, but it is my third favorite track because those two that I just said are my favorites. Because I do have an official win there, so I'm pretty excited to head over to California to Auto Club. And, of course, I just want to thank everybody once again on YouTube for checking us out here and hanging with Chris and I at the Turn 3 Racing Network and supporting these guys here. And I want to thank Tim over at TRJ Karting, MF Racing Designs, Pay to Win Setups, and of course, Butt Kicker. And again, if you need any custom apparel, make sure you head on over to Savage Edge. And if you want some Turn 3 Racing Network apparel, check us out on Facebook because we have some for sale.
Absolutely. Good way to close it up. Ladies and gentlemen, want to thank you all one more time. Have yourselves a great night, safe week, and we will catch you right here again on the Turn 3 Racing Network next Sunday night for the Blazing Pedals. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah.